All right, let's get started and open up Onshape and start a new document. Let's call this table. We're going to introduce a few new tools today. So the first object we're going to do is a cylinder. Let's go ahead and sketch on the top plane. Select our sketch tool and select top plane. And we're actually going to draw a center point circle. Let's turn off the front and right plane. And let's make sure we're looking right at the top. I'm going to hold the screen down, come in and get the origin and let go. Hold the screen down again and adjust the size of the circle. When I let go, it is not dimensioned. Let's go ahead and turn off our circle tool and grab our dimension tool. And we'll get our selector tool going and bring it in and select that circle. That symbol right there is the diameter of the circle, the distance all the way across. I'm going to tap right on it, and let's make it a 3/4 inch diameter. 75 hundredths of an inch is 3/4 of an inch. All right, now we're just going to hit the check, and we have a circle. So we're going to extrude it now to turn it into a cylinder. No entity selected. I'm going to make sure I tap inside my shape, and let's extrude it 16 inches. Okay. Great. All right, so that's the leg of our table. And now we need a very basic table. Let's go ahead and create a new Part Studio. And we'll title it Tabletop. Let's rename the other Part Studio Table Leg. Oops. Okay. Now, our tabletop, we will also use the top plane for. And we're going to draw a rectangle. Let's turn off our front and right plane. Look at it from the top. Press to the side, get our little selector tool. Start at the origin. Press to the side again. Sorry, release. I released from the origin. All right. And let's put some dimensions on it. Let's turn off our rectangle tool. Grab our dimension tool. Okay, I'm going to dimension from the origin to this point right here. That'll be the width of our table. Let's say 24 inches. And then let's put the dimension on the side. Always take your dimensions off. Let's make it 16 inches wide. Always take your dimensions off your table. Off your object. And hit the check. And we will extrude this shape. Sure, just 1 inch sounds good. Okay. Now we need to put some holes in it for the legs. So we're going to draw circles, but let's go ahead and locate them very specifically on the bottom. All right. I'm not going to draw all 4. I'm just going to draw 1. So I'm going to sketch right on the bottom. I'm clicking right on the bottom surface. So I just created a sketch plane on the bottom of that object. Okay. And we're going to sketch a circle, center point circle. and I'm going to press and hold, and I'm not going to, okay, I just released, press and hold, bring it in. I'm not going to try to locate it very precisely just yet. Okay, let's get the dimension right first. So I'm going to deselect my circle tool and select my dimension tool, press and hold, and let's make this the same dimension, 75 hundredths of an inch, as the table leg. And now I'm going to dimension the location of the hole from the corner. Okay, and let's go ahead and make that 2 inches. And now we need a vertical dimension as well. Okay, I'm going to turn off my dimension tool, zoom out, and hit the check mark. And now I'm going to, well, I'm going to turn off the view of that top plane. All right, now I'm going to extrude that little hole that I made. I'm going to change the direction so that instead of popping out, it goes back into the table. So I'm going to go opposite direction, and I only want the depth to be half an inch, 5/10 of an inch, because I don't want to go all the way through. And we're not adding, we are removing. Okay, so that looks good. Hit the check mark, and then we'll take a look at it. Now we've got a little hole. Okay, now I want 4 of these, and I'm going to use symmetry to create holes on the other side. So what I'm going to do is create a plane right down the middle of this table. So I'm going to go to my 3D tools, and I'm going to select a plane right down the middle. And what I do is I come in here and I touch the flat edge on the side, this 1 inch thick edge. And what it does is it creates a plane. But I actually want this plane to be in the middle. So I'm going to do an offset. Whoops, it's already offset. It's offset 1 inch automatically. I want it to go the opposite direction, and instead of 1 inch, I want it to be 12 because it was a 24 inch wide table. So that's a plane going right down the middle of my table, and that's going to be my plane of symmetry. So I'm going to hit a check. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror this feature on the other side, this extrusion.